Good morning. It is, what the heck time is it? It is 3:10 in the morning. It's opening day of me and John's turkey season. I'm getting it together. He's going to be here about 10 after 4. We got about a 40-minute ride to where we're going to turkey hunt, and then we have a little bit of a hike ahead of us to get to our spot. So we need to get out there early. Of course, we're hunting public land. We're blue collar boys. We don't own a bunch of land and don't have access to a lot of private property. So, yeah, so you got to get out there before the next guy, or you're just not going to get it. But we got some birds located, and yeah, I'm going to show you my gun. I've had some people ask me what kind of gun I got, so I thought, this would be a good opportunity to show you guys what I got. Here it is. This is my gun. It's a Mossberg 500. Nothing all that special. You can see it's got a thumb hole stock. It's all composite, so it's light. It's a shorter gun. It's like just shy of 42 inches long from the stock to the end of the choke. My nose is running this morning for some reason, but yeah, I think I paid, when I bought the gun, it didn't have the scope on it. It didn't have that choke on it. It was just the gun, in the stock. I put the scope. That scope is a Bushnell Trophy. It's an ACOG looking kind of scope, and I liked it because it was built solid, and it can take some abuse, and it has. This saddle that's on here, I went through some crap to get that. That's actually an aluminum saddle. They sell plastic ones for this model gun. I didn't like the plastic, so I did some digging around, and I found that aluminum one, and I had a gunsmith put that on there for me, and that turned out to be quite a rigmarole. But now that I've got it all ironed out, it's worked great for me for years now. My choke is not expensive either. That's just a True Glow choke. I went through probably 5 or 6 different chokes before I found the one that really patterned good for me. And I found that when I paired that up with the Longbeard XR 5-shot, I got a great pattern out of it. So, that's what I'm using, and I'm a utilitarian kind of guy, so it's like I use what works, and that's what works. Now, lately, manufacturers are doing this crap where they'll run certain ammunition for 3, 4, 5 years maybe, if you're lucky, and then they go to the next best thing so that they can charge more and sell more rounds, I guess. And it gets hard to find the stuff that you've been shooting. So I got 2 boxes of this before they discontinue it, and that's the same shells, just a different packaging, the more updated packaging. So my guess is these will probably be off the shelf here pretty soon, but I got enough to get me through a couple more years as long as I shoot straight. So yeah, and that's a 3-inch gun. It's short, so I can maneuver it around through the bush real well. It's light, so it does kick like a mule. And it took me some getting used to shooting it when I first started shooting it. And yeah, I got a bloody lip from it one time shooting it. I've bruised my cheekbone not putting my face down on the gun. And yeah, it's a little bit of a mule, but it's like anything else. When you have it for a long time, you get so used to it, it just becomes an extension of you. And that's pretty much what this is now. I really like my gun. But like I said, it's nothing expensive. I think altogether with the scope, the mount, the choke, the gun itself, I might have maybe $500 into that. And I've had $1 million worth of fun with that gun. I could tell you. So, yeah. And I can make some pretty long shots with that gun. Not that I want to make long shots, but I have made some pretty long shots with that gun that I really was impressed with it. So, yeah. That's my get her done boomstick. Yeah, I'm sitting here waiting for John, kind of thinking back on like his first year of turkey hunting. Um, I introduced him to turkey hunting in Michigan. Uh, he's come a long ways, and I really enjoy hunting with him. He's just as motivated as I am, maybe a little more. He gets really pumped about it, which kind of gets my old butt excited about it even more. Um, uh, I've never, as you know, with calling, I've never really gotten good with a mouth call. And John practiced and practiced and practiced, and he's pretty damn good with a mouth call now. I've never been confident enough to make that first sound. You know, when you're turkey hunting, that first sound that you make, sometimes you got to make the right sound. I've never like gotten to the point with a mouth call where I feel real confident that the first sound I make is going to be a good sound. John has got that down. He has became a very good caller with a mouth call. And, you know, he can call with slates and boxes. I mean, but I've always used, you know, the box call is like my long range thing. And I purr that just to get them to come that last little bit. I'm good at purring and talking to them and getting them to close that hang up distance where they're just out of range and they're kind of not wanting to come in. A lot of times I can sweet talk them into coming in that last little bit with my slate call. Um, I got it, and it's a cheap call too. I mean, I think I paid $18 for it way back when. I don't know how much. I don't even know if it's on the market anymore. But any slate call, you got to find one that sounds good that you can make sound good. But yeah, uh, John's first year, the first bird he ever got, he had to sneak through some corn and kind of ambush. We had a bird that was hung up and wouldn't come in. It was a big bird too, and I'm 10 years older than John, and we were sitting together, and he seen that Tom out there, and we both knew that we could sneak over through that standing corn to get that bird, but we'd have to belly crawl like 30 yards to get to that corn. And, John being 10 years younger, he says, "Hey, do you mind if I go over there, sneak over there and try to get that bird?" I said, "Go for it, bro. If you want to do it, go." And I watched him belly crawl 30 yards across the open field there. He got to the corner of the corn, and then I could just see his head bopping up and down. He was running to cut this bird off. And I could see his head bopping through that corn as he was running down there. And then he disappeared, and then boom, I heard him. And he come out from the corn, and he had gotten the bird. Well, it was his first bird. And when he shot it, it went right down, so it's a dead bird. And he thought, he's in his mind, he's thinking, "I got this sucker." So he comes out where I can see him, and he's jumping up and down. He's all happy. And then I seen him look back. The bird started flopping around, and he thought the bird was going to try to get away from him. And all of a sudden, he went running back into that corn. It was just the funniest damn thing. And every time I think about it, I get a chuckle out of it. So, yeah, that's just something I was thinking about sitting here. That's one of the great things about turkey hunting, too. Um, you can do it with friends and family, and share that experience out there. And it's just something you just can't get it anywhere else doing anything else. um, you know Deer hunting, I love deer hunting. um, but I'll tell you what, I this turkey hunting stuff is like a close second, maybe pushing the envelope on my favorite. But yeah, there's just something special about turkey hunting. I love it.
Franklin.
Good morning.
Morning.
You ready to go out and get one of these wacky birds?
No, I'm ready to miss the first one. And then I'll take the second one. Because that's how my luck goes.
Yeah. Last year. Oh, Johnny Quick here.
Oh, yeah. Quick on the trigger.
We had been working. How long did we work that plan out, dude?
We worked on that for years. And
Years.
We've done it for years. And we've
Did it for
accomplished
years. We had a cadence worked out where it was 1, 2, boom. That was the cadence, right? If you look back at that video from last year,
it's not my fault I had the turkey that was hooked on crack, all right? He's jumping all over the place.
So John makes the count, 1, and as soon as he said 2, Johnny Quick pulls the trigger.
I mean, I said 2. I mean,
I think you said "t."
well, hey.
I think "t" come out. So he gets "t" and pulls the trigger. I think your bird ducked on you is what happened. But when John shot, I had my bird lined up really good, and when John shot, my bird ducked, and I shot right over the top of him. But I've trained myself to jack another shell in immediately. Luckily, I had presence of mind to get that second round in there, and I got down on the bird. And
we both got to use 2 shells last year.
Yeah. It was a 2 shell kind of opening day for us. John did end up getting a nice bird later on in early afternoon. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, though, I did have a lot of respect for you not taking that second shot. I know you wanted to take that follow-up shot. I know you really wanted to, but, experience told him don't pull that trigger, and I had a lot of respect for him for not pulling that trigger because he could have wounded one of them birds, and he knew that in his mind. In that split second, he made that decision. He held off, and I ended up getting a clean, running shot. But the next setup, John made up for it. Totally, just buried his bird. And it was a very nice time, too. So
we're going back to the scene of
the
the crime.
Scene of the crime, bro.
And I'm going to make up for it this year. Let one of them redheaded guys come out there.
Look, this is what I've been thinking about. Instead of trying to do the 1-2 boom thing, I'm going to let you go ahead and shoot the first bird when you get, if we get 2 come in. Yeah. You shoot the first bird, and I'll play cleanup. If there's 1 bird that comes in, you shoot it. I'll get the video of it,
I'll tell you
and then we'll just go from there.
It's no 70 degrees out there this morning like it was.
Right, remember last year, it wasn't quite as breezy last year, but it was cool. Cold. Now it's cool and it's breezy this year.
And there's snow showers around us.
Yeah, so it might be another one of them non-gobble kind of mornings.
Yep.
So we're just gonna have to tough it out and keep our heads on a swivel. And
it's gonna be cloudy.
It's gonna be
wind.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cold. So you got 3 things working against you right there. So
right.
We know the birds are there.
Yeah, the birds are there. Yes, and. Me, I'm a loghead this early in the morning. John's very well aware of this. So it's Frank Forget-Me-Not and Johnny Quick going out to try to get her done. All right, let's go get some birds, bro.
Let's go get one, brother. 2024, here we go.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's kill one.
There's a bird right over there, too.
Hold on. That other bird's still standing there.
You want me to slide that phone over here? Okay, stop. There's two there, I think. I'm trying to find out. Hold on. Yes. That's a Jake. Yeah, that's that gaggle of Jakes we heard this morning. I think Romeo might be in some trouble. That back Jake's not a bad one, Frank. That back one is not. This one coming around the side. This back one behind Romeo's a decent sized Jake. That one that just turned to his left. Yeah, that one that's walking to the left's a decent sized Jake. They do. They always like to jump on her for some reason. Yeah, that one facing us is not a bad one. Frankie's got about a 4-inch beard. Yeah, he's got about a 4-inch beard. That one that's walking right at us. I'm right on him, Frank, so
Right now, get your gun up, Frankie. You could have probably got your gun up right there, but not now. Oh, are you? Okay. I thought you were gonna pop them. That one right there, the second one, would be the one I'd take. Yeah. If I was going to take one, that's the one I would take. I got him, yeah. Just got a hell time getting your gun up. You could do it now, maybe. No, that one's looking. Which one you gonna shoot? I got that one. I got him. I had him. I had him.
That's the name of that tune.
Name that tune. Dead Turkey. Just, I gotta get my, cause I'm zoomed way in on you, so, like, I'm way in on your face, like.
It's funny because we heard all of them birds back there gobbling.
Yeah,
And then they hit the ground, gobbled a couple times, and stopped.
and that was it.
When you said right here, I was fumbling with your camera trying to get it
Yeah.
zoomed in on him. He comes right in. You drop him. I wasn't ready at all.
That's my fault.
As soon as you shot, I looked over in that dip and I could see birds moving over there.
Yeah.
I was like, they're just standing there looking. And I thought, well, okay. And they kept standing there. And remember, I told you, I said, give them a little cluck.
Yeah.
You gave them that little cluck, dude, and they just started moseying right on you.
That's all it took.
Look, they're still hanging out.
I know. I'm like, they're gonna ease back into the woods now. They're gonna do what they normally do out here now. They're gonna
They're
ease.
gonna go back there and drip back to the creek.
Yeah.
You know what? We got lucky they didn't have no ends with it.
Oh yeah, dude. That series, that little 3 series of clucks I gave, brought Junior right in.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, call that you made before you seen him?
Yeah.
He got right back there in that corner.
Yeah.
He must have ran that dip right up here and started,
Periscoping. See, that's when I said, I made that last call. I said, let's let him marinate on that for a second.
I didn't want to shoot at Jake, but I couldn't resist the double.
Well, dude, he's not a bad size Jake. That's actually a decent size
He's
Jake.
pretty good size.
Yeah.
That bird you got's a nice bird.
He's a man, brother.
Yeah.
I want to thank that guy right there.
Romeo.
We call him Romeo. I want to thank him. And I was just doing a little decoy protecting this morning because he's about to get beat up. I mean, I'm just saying. Gotta protect decoys every once in a while. But this little spread that Frank and I run right here, we ran this spread.
It's a killer, dude.
Yeah, we ran this spread for years now, and I'm here to tell you,
It's a killer.
it's a killer spread. It's worked like you wouldn't believe, and well, you saw it this morning, folks. I mean, there goes that final Jake working off. I mean, you guys saw it this morning. I mean, that's 2 of them dead. If you paid attention to the video last year, that was 2 of them dead over the same kind of setup. So
This worked out great.
yes, there's 2 dead birds, so it definitely worked out
Yeah.
great.
I mean, I would have liked to have gotten a long beard, but I couldn't resist the double. But this morning, we got out here super early. It was very windy. At one point, I had to go out and straighten out the Romeo because he had taken a nosedive. The wind had pushed him over.
And it started to freeze and rain a little bit.
Had a little bit of freezing rain there just before it got to be, light enough for him to start. And we were actually surprised that they were gobbling, but we heard some gobbles back on the other side from us. And we knew there was a group of Jakes back there. We could tell by the gobbles that there was a group of Jakes back there.
We knew there was a couple men, though.
But there was 1 or 2.
There's at least 2. There's the one over here by himself, and I think there's one a little further back
Yeah.
on that ridge. That's
Yeah.
another one.
So we made a couple tree yelps at them. They did not respond. They hit the ground, and it sounded, I thought they were going away from us.
I thought so too, but I think it was that one that was further back.
Okay.
And then,
Because one gobbled back there, and to me, because I've had that play out
Yeah.
here before, where
I think it was that one further back.
it probably was. But then they went quiet for a while, and then we heard a gobble off to our left.
Yep.
So one had moved from straight in front of us over to our left. There's a dip in the terrain right here.
Well, at first though, I told Frank, I said, let me hit him with my mouth call.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure if his box call was reaching back in there.
Yeah, because they weren't responding.
Right. So I hit him with my mouth call, and when I did, they responded, and we're like, they heard
Yeah,
that.
they heard that.
And then I gave him another one. We didn't hear anything.
Nothing responded to that.
So then we waited a few minutes, and then I heard a gobble straight out in front of me, and I'm just to the left where Frank's tree's at right here. So straight out in front of me.
It was right over there.
Yeah, and then so I gave one more call, and I told Frank, let's let him marinate on that for a minute.
Yep.
And
it went quiet.
Yeah, and
it went quiet.
And I think it was maybe
we kind of thought they were gone at that point.
I think maybe it was 5 minutes later, and I caught something to the left of me because I'm looking out in front where I heard that last gobble, and I said, Frank, right here, there's a bird coming. I mean, he was right literally off my left, and it was a longbeard, and he was running into the.
He says, right, Frank, right here, and I'm still looking out this way, kind of scanned over this way, and then as soon as I started to turn my head, I could see him running. He was full tilt running.
Yeah, he was.
And then I didn't even have to ask it as long because I could see his beard flopping. And I'm trying to get John's camera going because he's got a better camera than I got. And I kind of got it going for a second, and then I was trying to zoom into it because the bird ran right into our decoys, right up to our Romeo Tom decoy, and was just dancing around with them. And John's pulled up, he's ready to go, and I'm playing with this phone trying to get that camera working, and he's going, Frank, come on, Frank, come on. And I could tell he's putting pressure on the trigger. And I know I'm running out of seconds here to get that on video.
Now I want to go back a few years ago, give you guys a little perspective. Frank and I were up in Walhalla. This was probably 5-6 years ago now, somewhere in that zone.
Yep.
We went out, did our due diligence, much as we had with these birds. We had scouted them, we knew where they were at.
we snuck in through right by where your tree stands at up there now.
We got right on.
We
them
got
birds.
right in. We had the same scenario set up that you see out here in front of us. And one time, there's 2 times, but one came right down the hill, right into the decoys, and I had him lined. And Frank was like, John, wait, 'cause we're trying to get a double.
We're trying to get that second bird in there.
And great. So, and I'm holding up. I'm waiting because I'm waiting for the other bird to come in. And all of a sudden he turns and leaves. I mean,
Yeah. And then they both left. And
it was
neither one-
over.
Nothing.
So I had some little flashbacks this morning to that. And I'm like, I'm not letting this bird. And I told Frank that day.
Yeah,
I
you
said, I
did.
will never have a bird come into our decoy setup again and not kill
and
it.
walk away.
Yeah. I said, that will never happen again. And, you know, when I look back at the footage that you were recording on there,
Yeah.
if you would have left it alone, that first zoom that you
know,
had, you had him
I
perfect
know,
lined
I
up.
know.
So, but that goes back to we were talking about it. He's never messed with my phone recording before, so there's that. A little bit of new equipment, but
Yeah.
he did have it.
I did have it for a second there.
But he got it on the GoPro.
I did get it on the GoPro. I don't know how I got it on the GoPro, but I got lucky and got that on the GoPro.
So I shoot this bird, and Frank's getting ready to lay into old Johnny Quick over here because that's what I do.
Yeah. I start to get just. I was gonna rag on him big time, and when he shot, I turned and I'm ragging on him as I'm turning my head, and I look over in the dip in this depression in the terrain over here, and I can see there's 2 birds standing out there at like 65, 70 yards, and I couldn't tell if they were toms or hens. I could just see that there
And I
was
couldn't even
birds
see
there.
him because where that dip's at for me, I got
Yeah, you got brush.
Yeah,
and
I got
stuff,
some brush laid down
and
there.
it's dipped down.
And I couldn't see. And Frank says, John, give him a little cluck. So I give him a little hit off the mouth call. And as soon as I do, he goes, oh, they're coming. And he throws my phone over to me. And I make a great catch, by the way.
Yeah, that was a great
So-
catch. In the heat of the moment, too.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe you caught that like that.
So I got it caught. I got my phone up, and I got some great video of those birds coming in all the way through. The shot got a little messed up. There's a tree off over here to
Yeah.
the right, but Frank was clear. I wasn't clear. But we're thinking he got that on the GoPro
I'm
too.
hoping that I got that on the GoPro. I looked back at the GoPro to see if I got John's bird, and I got it. I know I got that. I don't know how good the video is. I'm crossing my fingers that it turned out really good. I seen his muzzle flash, and I can see that the bird dumped, okay? So I'll have to get home and further review that. But anyway,
You know-
them birds come marching in, and John's shooting the video, and the whole time I'm thinking, I'm going to shoot one of them. And then I thought, no, I'm not going to shoot it. And as I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, there's morel mushrooms out there just calling me and John's name.
Not to mention some walleyes.
And there's some walleyes out there to be caught. So I thought, you know what? Let's get the double,
Oh yeah, brother.
bang this out.
You know, and
uh,
the Jake that you shot's not a bad size.
no, he's not one of them pinhead
No,
Jakes. He's actually a pretty good sized body Jake. We'll take a look at him in a minute. I'm dying to get over
yeah.
there and look at your bird.
And
though.
I'm looking at where your bird's laying.
Yeah.
And good thing you busted those little
yeah,
saplings out.
because
of your
if
way
I
this
wouldn't
morning.
have, dude, I would have had a hard time
Yeah.
getting a shot through there.
I'm glad you did that this morning.
Yeah, and I mean, see this little gap
Yeah.
right here? That's where I shot
Yeah.
through. So
And that goes to show you getting out there early and checking your setup
Yeah.
pays dividends.
it does. It
So,
does. It
I mean,
really does.
Some people will give him and I crap for getting. Like I said, we were set up at 5:30 this morning.
Yeah,
And I guarantee them birds probably didn't gobble with the cloud cover and everything until about 6:20ish.
I bet it was more like 6:30.
Yeah, and that just gave us the time that we needed. We got the decoys situated where
Yep,
we needed
gave
them.
us time to get settled in,
Yeah.
got everything lined up, and I mean, it was just great. But neither one of us thought this morning was going to turn out
No.
well. Let's be honest.
No, I
mean,
was-
It was cold. It was windy.
Yeah.
It was freezing rain at one point.
Well, I told Frank on the intro at the house, if you guys will see, I told Frank on the intro, this is not the kind of morning that the birds usually gobble.
Right.
I mean, it's just not.
we were kind of sitting here talking in the dark, and we're saying to ourselves, if we get a couple gobbles while they're on the roost, I think we're going to be lucky.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of them quiet turkey kind of days, and
It was not.
it wasn't. I mean, they gobbled a lot more than we thought
Yeah.
they were going to, but to have them come right in
Yeah.
like that, I mean, that was just
I mean, and they do like wild turkeys will do in the spring. They'll gobble hard on the limb,
yeah.
and then when they hit the ground, they usually go quiet.
Thump.
And they did. That's exactly what they did this morning. They just
Let's stipulate on a cold day.
Yeah, on a
that's-
cold day,
On a
that
cold
is,
day.
yeah.
I mean, if it's warm out, they'll gobble their heads off all the way around the woods for
now,
a while.
that bird I ended up shooting this morning, had it been a warm morning, he would have gobbled his full head off.
Oh
right
yeah,
the whole
oh
way
yeah,
in.
yeah.
I
But
mean,
boy, he was that sucker.
He was hot.
He was hot. He
he was hot. I mean,
he heard that. He never really. He responded one
One
time.
time.
One
Yeah.
time, and we just thought, gone. We'll have to sit this out for a while.
well, the scenario that usually plays out here, as you've said, is
Yeah.
they hit the ground, they work away from us to the creek,
Yep.
and then they'll either come up the creek over this way to us, they'll come up here, but it just goes to show that this area is not getting messed with like it was
Yeah,
before.
exactly.
And
Thank goodness
Yeah.
the DNR or somebody
Blocked
blocked us all off, so the quads and stuff can't come running through
Yeah.
here, and it has really made this a way
Yeah,
better spot.
because years past, when they could come here and do all that kind of stuff,
Yeah. Yep.
the birds, they'd gobble back there, but back.
Yeah,
back
way
in.
back there.
And now that they've done that, it's back to like when you first found this
Yeah,
area.
it is. It
they're,
is.
They're right here.
Yep.
So, hey, it's beautiful. It's a wonderful morning here in
Yeah.
West Michigan. There's 2 dead birds. Enough of us talking about it. Let's
Yeah,
go show
let's
you.
go
guys
take a look
some.
at 'em.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at the little guy first.
It'll all eat the same, Frank.
Yeah, they all taste the same. Mine might actually be a little more tender.
I think I tenderized mine all right, though. So, Frank's going to go ahead and get this guy tagged up and get a look at him.
Taggaroonie.
Oh, he got knocked stiff.
Warm too, dude.
Yeah. You know, as I say, he's not a bad sized Jake.
No. Yep. Definitely clobbered him. He's actually a big bird for a Jake.
Yeah, that's what I said. If I was going to shoot one, that's the one I would have shot.
Typical Jake fan.
Yep.
All right, let's tag this guy up.
Get him all tagged.
I'm dying to get over there and look at your bird.
That makes 2 of us. But I'll show some patience here. Frank has to put 2 tags on this because the way it printed out, just so everybody's aware.
Yeah. Yeah, that printed out goofy. I've never had one print out like
I've never had one print out like that before either. It's weird.
I gotta put one on each leg.
Make this guy all legal beagle and then,
Then we'll go over and look at the...
well, let's get you behind him for a second too, though. I mean, and then we'll get a picture of you and I with both of them together. Oh,
There's his beard.
yeah, his neck is ruined, by the way.
He's definitely junk there.
Yeah, not a bad Jake beard.
No. Kind of blew a little bit of it off, but...
I mean, it's not a bad Jake
Not
beard,
bad
though.
Jake beard.
Typical Jake fan.
Jake,
Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with it, man.
I'm not complaining,
No,
bro.
like I said, they all eat well, brother. They all eat well.
My thing was get the double.
Yeah,
you know?
and we did.
That's tough to do, and we did.
Yeah, getting doubles.
You're shaking because it is cold.
It's
out.
cold, brother.
It's cold.
I'm trying like hell to hold this thing together, but it's cold.
He's that's a nice sized Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice bird, dude. As you can see, he is still, I mean, John dumped him right in our decoys.
I mean, right in. I had a little 2-year-old.
What's he got for hooks?
Just a 2-year-old hook. Your little typical 2-year-old hook.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm just going to check this beard. He's got a pretty good sized beard, dude. Yeah.
For being a 2-year-old.
Yeah. Oh, man, you wrecked him, dude.
Well,
Wrecked him.
I was not reliving the nightmare of last week, folks.
That is... I bet you that's 8-9 inches or better.
Or better. I mean, get this on him.
Get him all tagged up.
He is officially legal.
Yes, sir.
And like Frank said, I mean, I
Just wrecked.
I hurt his feelings.
Oh, man. Dude, he never felt a thing. Neither one of them birds felt a thing.
No.
Beautiful fan on that bird, man.
Yeah, that's a good looking bird.
Yeah, that's an awesome looking bird.
That's why I couldn't resist.
Right.
I just couldn't resist.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I mean, he's pretty.
Oh,
He's just pretty.
that was a great hunt, bro.
Oh, dude.
That was a great hunt.
Yeah. Thank you.